It looks like Parker Ave is in for some extra foliage, and it's not going to cost residents a thing.
Today's meeting in Parker Ave is in response to requests from the residents to plant trees in the street to beautify it. You can look around and you can see that it needs beautifying. As Keep Waitakere Beautiful, we actually respond to all residents' requests for trees. We supply the trees, appropriate trees, in liaison with the arborist, and mulch and stakes. We show the residents how to look after the trees, and we ask that they keep their eye on them and maintain them long term. And from here we go on to Arahoe Road, so we're gradually spreading our way through the whole city. In fact, over the last 2 years we've probably planted in excess of 250,000 trees.
We've just had a meeting with local community groups and they want their street planted up here, Parker Ave. We've decided to use titoki, a native evergreen. We provide the trees and all the materials on the day. The community comes out and helps us plant them. The trees we provide are generally around 2 metres high at planting time. We help them dig the holes, provide the mulch and the compost and that sort of thing. And the residents plant them. We then come back and maintain them on a regular basis for them. We try and encourage the residents to maintain them themselves and keep an eye on them, which most people do. And if they are involved in planting them themselves, they tend to want to get out and look after them and maintain them. We're not planting on this outside berm here due to the narrow strip. It's not very wide to dig holes and what have you. So we're going to move to the inner berm, where they're a lot wider, a lot more room to establish the trees, and generally there's not as many services in this patch of the ground, and there's just a lot more room for the tree to develop. In early August we'll put a circular around to all the locals, just indicating what we're doing in the street, the type of plant we're planting, giving them a date and a time when we're going to be here. We put circulars in all their letterbox in which we provide a phone number they can contact us if they don't want a plant put in front of their property. If not, we just go ahead, mark on the ground where we perceive the trees as going. We then get Telecom and Power New Zealand to come out and locate their services if there's any in the ground, and to make sure we don't go over any cables or anything like that. And the residents then have the opportunity to come out on the Saturday and help plant.
It'll be really nice to see Parker Avenue with all these trees. It'll be a real avenue.
We don't, on the day, probably get a lot of people that say they want, but once they see activity on the road, they just come out of the houses everywhere. So it tells you we got a good response.
So around about 2 or 3 years' time, we should have some beautiful trees lining this avenue, and it'll be like Seabrook Avenue with those lovely big trees down there.
We all sleep in beds, live in houses on streets, and we laugh and we cry with the people we meet, and it's all up to you to let us know what you do. So phone us, it's free to advertise, see, and you'll be on your very own TV.